This is a conversation with Shishir Sharma. He's an actor popularly known for his roles in Bollywood movies like Talwar, Razi, Chichore, Dangal, TV serials like Kanyadan Kumkum, and web series like Permanent Roommates. In this conversation, we discuss his journey falling in love with acting, the genius of Satyadev Dubey, what did he learn from him? We talk about the benefits of starting off in theatre. What are the differences in acting in theatre, acting for an audience versus acting in front of a camera? We also talk about what he learned from Meghna Gulzar, Irfan Khan, Naseeruddin Shah, and his experience shooting Razi and Talwar. And now, it's no time.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Satyadev Dubey कहते थे, we act to understand ourselves. Every role is a mirror that shows us what we are afraid to see. Naseeruddin Shah ने कहा है, acting is a way to make sense of chaos, to find order in emotion. Irfan Khan ने कहा था, we act to express what words can't. Acting is not imitation, it's revelation. Every person seems to have a purpose or a reason for why they act. और आपने एक पुराने इंटरव्यू में कहा था कि हर एक्टर से ये पूछना चाहिए कि आप एक्टिंग क्यों करते हैं. बाकी प्रोफेशंस में भी पैसा मिल सकता है, आपको फेम मिल सकता है, एक्टिंग से ज़्यादा मिल सकता है. तो फिर एक्टिंग क्यों? एक्टिंग में ऐसा क्या रखा है? तो आज मुझे भी इधर से शुरुआत करनी है. आप एक्टिंग क्यों करते हैं? एक्टिंग में ऐसा क्या रखा है? व्हाट इज़ द मैजिक ऑफ एक्टिंग? व्हाट इज़ सो अपीलिंग अबाउट इट कि आपने अपनी लाइफ डिवोट कर दी एक्टिंग?
मैंने इत्तेफाकन एक्टिंग शुरू की. मैं कभी एक्टर बनना नहीं चाहता था. ये एक पता नहीं, आई डोंट नो व्हाट इट कैन बी कॉल्ड, बट आई थिंक इट वाज व्हाट वाज डेस्टिन्ड फॉर मी टू बिकम एन एक्टर. बिजनेस करता था पिताजी के साथ. पिताजी और मेरी माँ दोनों एक्टर्स थे. पिताजी ट्रेजरर थे एक फॉर इप्टा. Mummy used to act for IPTA, and she's also acted with Dubey ji in 1962 in a play called Tota Mehna. हम खाना खा रहे थे रत्ना के घर पे, मैं, रत्ना और सुनील शानबाग, और झट करके एक दरवाज़ा खुलता है और एक शख्स वहाँ सामने नज़र आता है. मैं उनको जानता नहीं था, रत्ना और सुनील जानते थे. तो उन्होंने कहा कि तुम एक्टिंग करोगे. मैंने कहा मुझे एक्टिंग नहीं आती. तो उन्होंने कहा तुम एक्टिंग करोगे. बट दैट वाज अ स्टेटमेंट, दैट वाज नॉट इवन आस्किंग.
नॉट अ क्वेश्चन.
नो क्वेश्चन. तुम एक्टिंग करोगे. मैं एक प्ले लिख रहा हूँ जिसका नाम है संभोग से सन्यास, उसमें तुम एक्टिंग करोगे. मैंने कहा जैसे आप कहते हैं तो ठीक है, कर लेते हैं. मुझे एक्टिंग आती नहीं, मैंने कभी एक्टिंग की नहीं, ना स्कूल में की. आई वॉज अ वेरी शाई बॉय, रियली वेरी वेरी शाई.
सरप्राइजिंग.
Never made friends easily. In school, I was in a boarding school called Rishi Valley, which is situated in Andhra Pradesh. खैर, तो वो प्ले लिख रहे थे, तो उन्होंने सोचा कि चलो हम अब प्ले पढ़ते हैं. और ज़्यादातर हमारे घर पे ही प्ले पढ़ा जाता था. जो भी दुबे जी लिखते थे तो वो हमारे घर पे ही पढ़ते थे. तो उन्होंने प्ले पढ़ा. ठीक है, हमें तो कुछ समझ में नहीं आया, पल्ले ही नहीं पड़ा कि क्या है प्ले क्या नहीं. लेकिन खैर वो उन्होंने रिहर्सल शुरू की और हमने रिहर्सल पे जाना शुरू किया. पता नहीं क्या था which took me in completely to be associated with that man. बहुत गाली गलौज, बहुत कुछ खाया हम लोगों ने. शायद जिंदगी में इतना कभी सुनी भी नहीं होंगी गालियां. लेकिन वो कभी किसी को जाती तौर पे किसी को गाली नहीं देते थे. He was very fond of that person, but he wanted to better that person in the craft that we were about to embark on. And ऐसे करते करते उनके साथ मेरे 25 साल बीत गए. उन्होंने पहला प्ले शुरू किया संभोग से सन्यास तक, उनका आखिरी प्ले इंशाल्लाह, उसमें मैं, दुबे जी, टिस्का अरोरा जो अभी अभिनेत्री हैं, और हम सब मिलकर हमने प्ले किया, उन्होंने लिखा. इट वाज 60% ऑटोबायोग्राफिकल, 40% थिएटर के ऊपर था. जो लोग आते थे प्ले देखने के लिए वो समझ नहीं पाते थे कि बाजू वाला जो बैठा है वो क्यों हंस रहा है. हमें तो कोई हंसी नहीं आई. लेकिन दिस इज ऑल इन जोक्स दैट दुबे जी हैड रिटन. ओनली पीपल हु न्यू दुबे जी दैट वेल वुड ऑब्वियसली लाफ. ऐसे करते करते वो एक टाइम था जब सब कुछ छोड़ के उन्होंने कहा कि मैं अब कुछ नहीं करूंगा, तुम लोग करो. कुछ नहीं करूंगा मैं, तुम लोग को जो करना है करो. मैं तुम्हें गाइड करता रहूंगा, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है. एंड ही गाइडेड अस एंड टुडे वी आर व्हाट वी आर, including the likes of Nasir and Ratna and Neena Kulkarni, Sunil Shanbag, मैं, आकाश खुराना, बहुत सारे ऐसे कलाकार थे जो NSD से निकले हुए थे. NSD नॉट नेशनल स्कूल ऑफ ड्रामा, नेशनल स्कूल ऑफ दुबे. बहुत सारे ऐसे कलाकार निकले थे. और अभी भी हमें पता है कि अगर दुबे जी नहीं होते तो हमारा क्या होता. He was a damn good teacher. और मैं ये कह रहा हूं क्योंकि एक्टिंग सिखाई नहीं जा सकती, सीखी जरूर जा सकती है. तो कुछ न कुछ उन्होंने देखा होगा, सबके अंदर तराशा होगा, और फिर एक साथ लाके उन्होंने हमें सबको खड़ा किया. और ऐसे खड़ा किया जैसे आशुतोष राणा भी उनके साथ काम कर चुके हैं, कुमुद मिश्रा भी हैं जो उनके साथ काम कर चुके हैं. बहुत सारे ऐसे एक्टर्स हैं जो उनके साथ काम कर चुके हैं. और वो अभी भी जहां दुबे जी का जिक्र आया तो सब शुरू हो जाते हैं. तो मैंने एक्टिंग इत्तफाकन शुरू की. बिजनेस करता था क्योंकि दे वर वेरी सपोर्टिव. माय पेरेंट्स वर वेरी सपोर्टिव. माय वाइफ वाज वेरी सपोर्टिव. शी वाज पार्ट ऑफ आवर थिएटर ग्रुप. शी यूज्ड टू डू अ लॉट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन वर्क. तो मैंने सोचा चलो ये कर ही लेते हैं. अब पता नहीं कितना सफल रहूंगा, नहीं रहूंगा, हूं कि नहीं हूं. आई डोंट नो अबाउट ऑल दैट, बट यस, आई एंजॉयड द वर्ड एक्टिंग. आई एंजॉयड, ऑफ कोर्स, स्टेज फ्राइट अभी भी होती है. मैं मजाक नहीं कर रहा हूं, मैं झूठ नहीं बोल रहा हूं. आप चाहे किसी को भी पूछ लीजिए, थर्ड बेल बजने के बाद जो पेट में चूहे दौड़ते हैं वो, I don't think you can compare that to anything else. So it is live. It is immediate gratification. It is immediate applause. It is immediate either वाह 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 करेंगे या फिर उठ के चले जाएंगे. तो वो एक जबरदस्त क्या कहते हैं उसको, अंदर से जो चूहे जो दौड़ते हैं, उसके अलावा जो आपको वहां से यहां तक आने में जो आपकी हालत होती है, वो दैट कैन नॉट बी, वो बयां नहीं कर सकते हम. तो मेरे लिए एक्टिंग हैज बीन अ टूल वेयर आई कैन एक्सप्रेस माई सेल्फ. नसीर साहब कहते हैं कि देयर इज नो फाइनलिटी टू एन एक्टर, बट देयर इज अ फाइनलिटी टू एवरी अदर फॉर्म ऑफ आर्ट. एक एक्टर एक्सप्लोर करता है. एक एक्टर इज अ मैसेंजर who delivers a certain amount of emotion, certain amount of thought, certain amount of being there on stage, forgets himself and comes on stage as the person that he's supposed to be. So I think shedding your image there and coming here and creating a new image for the audience to understand who you are is what acting is all about.
You've given me so much to work with. We could have an entire conversation just on this one answer. मेरे पास 5-6 follow-up question आपके लिए. Starting से शुरुआत करते हैं. जब आपने बोला it was almost like destiny, and then for some reason that you can't explain, you were gravitating towards Dubey ji and the work and then acting itself. आपको क्या लगता है ये जो natural leaning है, ये जो proclivity है towards acting in theatre, are people born with it? You said your parents were in theatre as well. Father was a treasurer for IPTA. He was also one of the producers for Garam Hawa, जो बलराज सानी की आखिरी फिल्म थी. Mother was also in theatre. Do you think people are born with this natural leaning in their genes itself, or anyone can learn it, anyone can acquire it, it doesn't matter?
नहीं, एक्टिंग सिखाई नहीं जा सकती. अगर आप में है तो है, नहीं है तो नहीं है. वो आप अगर एक खान में चले जाएं, एक डायमंड को तराशते हैं आप, वो डायमंड को निकाल के आप उसको पॉलिश करते हैं, काटते हैं वगैरह जो भी है, आखिर में वो डायमंड ही रह जाता है उसको तराशने के बाद. मुझे लगता है एक्टिंग वैसी ही है. आप मुझे आप में कुछ गुण नजर आए, मैंने सोचा नहीं इसके साथ काम करना जरूरी है. आप काम करते हैं, दिमाग माथा पची फोड़ फोड़ के आप काम करते हैं. कुछ एक्टर्स ऐसे होते हैं और मैं उनमें से एक था. मुझे एक्टिंग बिल्कुल नहीं आती थी, कभी नहीं. मैंने कभी एक्टिंग की भी नहीं थी, लेकिन उन्होंने पता नहीं क्यों मुझसे कहा कि तुम एक्टिंग करोगे, और आखिर तक वो कहते रहे कि मैं तुम्हें एक्टर बना के ही छोड़ूंगा. ये उनके शब्द अभी भी मेरे कानों में बजते रहते हैं, और मुझे समझ में नहीं आता है कि उन्होंने ऐसा क्या देखा जो मुझे कहा कि मैं तुम्हें एक्टर बना के ही छोड़ूंगा.
आपने कभी पूछा?
मैंने कभी पूछने की हिम्मत भी नहीं की, क्योंकि वो एक ऐसे इंसान थे जहां प्रशंसा करना तो बहुत दूर की बात. कभी एक आध बार कहीं कुछ कह दिया पार्टी में कि तुमने अच्छा काम किया, बस तो नहीं था. उन्होंने कभी ऐसा नहीं कहा, वाह नहीं की, गले नहीं मिले, कुछ भी ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं किया. हमारे साथ तो खैर कभी भी नहीं किया. पता नहीं, शायद नसीर के साथ किया हो, क्योंकि नसीर इज एक्टर पार एक्सेलेंस ऑन स्टेज. आई डोंट थिंक एनीबॉडी कैन रियली टच हिम. तो मुझे क्यों एक्टिंग की, किस वजह से एक्टिंग की, बिजनेस था, आई कुड हैव फॉलन बैक ऑन बिजनेस. थिएटर ठीक था, थिएटर तक ठीक था सब कुछ. फिल्मों में क्यों गया, कैसे गया, वो एक अलग कहानी है.
एक्टिंग सिखाई नहीं जा सकती, सीखी जा सकती है. आई थिंक यू आर राइट, क्योंकि जब आपको CID में बोला गया था कि जाके लटक जाओ, अब एक्चुअली जाके लटक गए थे. These kind of things can't be taught in an acting school.
No,
You
it
have
cannot
to
be taught. I took the risk of doing that, and then I was told by Pradeep Upur, who was the producer of the show, कि तुम बेवकूफ हो क्या किया तुम?
Yeah.
क्यों किया तुमने? मैं BP sir, he is my captain. He told me to लटकाओ, so I went. बहादुरी एक अलग चीज होती है, एक्टिंग एक अलग चीज होती है. मैंने पता नहीं कहाँ से वो बहादुरी मेरे अंदर आई, और एक टॉवल लिया, लपेट लिया, और ऊपर जाके अपने आप को फैन के साथ लटका लिया मैंने अपने आप को. खैर ज्यादा वक्त नहीं था, लेकिन ज्यादा वक्त लगता भी नहीं है ना एक्सीडेंट्स होने में. तो मैंने कहा चलो एक बार किया, अब अगली बार बिल्कुल भी नहीं.
You have to be born with this. Nobody comes and teaches you in an acting school कि लटकने के लिए actually लटक जा. Very fascinating. आपको क्या लगता है, जब उस दिन आप लंच कर रहे थे रत्ना पाठक शाह के घर पे, और डूबी जी ने आपको कहा तुम एक्टिंग करोगे, पूछा नहीं, सिर्फ बोल दिया. इस शो पे मैंने विकास खन्ना का भी इंटरव्यू लिया था, और उन्होंने कहा था कि अब कोई दूर से चल के आता है तो मैं बता देता हूँ कि ये शेफ बनने वाला है नहीं. You think that's what it was? He was able to sense that spark in you right from the beginning because he's that experienced? Or do you think he's that confident as a teacher that वो किसी को भी बोल देंगे कि तुम एक्टिंग करोगे, and because it's him who's going to mold them, anyone can become an actor if he teaches them?
मुझे नहीं पता. I don't know whether he actually told these words to anybody else, but as far as I am concerned, I think there were two reasons for this. One is that he thought that I could become an actor. Two was also because he had worked with my mother and he knew my parents very well. So there was no harm in taking me under his wings and saying, चलो तुम एक्टर, मैं तुम्हें एक्टर बना के ही छोड़ूंगा. नहीं हुआ तो नहीं सही, लेकिन कोशिश करने में कोई हर्ज नहीं है. जो आप जब एक चीज उठाते हैं और कहते हैं कि ठीक है मैं ये पजल सॉल्व करने को तैयार हूं, चाहे मुझे वो 3 दिन लग जाए, लेकिन मैं करूंगा जरूर. तो वो एक उन्होंने शायद अपने मन में ठान ली थी कि मैं ऐसा कुछ करूंगा शिशिर के साथ. मुझे और कोई रीजन लगता नहीं, क्योंकि मैंने कभी एक्टिंग की नहीं. उनको पता है कि मैं ऋषि वैली में था, सुनील के साथ पढ़ता था. सुनील मेरा 2 इयर्स जूनियर था, लेकिन सुनील ने बहुत सारे प्लेस किए थे स्कूल में. ड्रामेटिक सोसाइटी थी. He worked a lot with kids there. I mean, kids know he worked himself with all the other kids. So I had never worked. I mean, I didn't know what getting on stage was. I mean, it was scary. तो वो stage fright तोड़ने के लिए you had to do something out of the box. And what I did was out of the box, and I did that play called Samokh से सुनिए आज तक. वो language भी वैसी थी जो दुबे जी ने लिखी थी.
You just hit the ground running from there. एक digression लेंगे while we were talking about your parents. एक पुराने इंटरव्यू में लिखा था, and I don't know if this is true. You spend a lot of your time in Bombay writing, and not just writing stories, but writing about how your parents met, their love story. They met on a train, I believe. What is that story like?
I never wrote that, but yes, people do ask me as to what happened. And उस जमाने में भी लोग प्यार करते थे, obviously. और मेरी माँ 15 साल की थी. आई थिंक माई डैड वॉज ही 1935, 1928, 7 years older than her. So he was must be about 22. और वो एक ही इलाके में रहते थे. विलेपार्ले एक इलाका है और वो वहीं रहते थे. आमने सामने शायद घर नहीं था, लेकिन कुछ दूरी पे उनके घर थे. और ये सुबह दूध लेने जाया करती थी. विलेपार्ले से एक स्टेशन है विरार. तो विरार तक ये लोग जाते थे और आते थे. तो उतना टाइम वो बिताते थे. और माय ग्रैंडमदर वाज वेरी वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट. और कहती थी कि नहीं, तुम अब नहीं, इनके साथ तो शादी बिल्कुल भी नहीं, वगैरह वगैरह. क्योंकि थे तो यूपी के ही, लेकिन शायद वो कास्ट में थोड़ा सा कुछ फर्क हुआ होगा. तो उन्होंने कह दिया कि नहीं, ये इनके साथ तो बिल्कुल नहीं शादी होगी. तो आए मेरे पिताजी, आए जब भी शादी करनी थी, और आए, वो पूछा उन्होंने कि मुझे आपकी बेटी का हाथ चाहिए वगैरह. तो 15 साल की उम्र में शायद वो उन्होंने शादी कर ली मेरी माँ ने. और 19 साल की उम्र में मैं पैदा हुआ. 1955 आई वॉज बॉर्न. 1951 I got married. और फिर हम 5 लोग एक छोटे से एक 1 रूम किचन में रहते थे विलेपार्ले में. वेस्ट गोल्डन टबैको एक बहुत बड़ी सिगरेट की फैक्ट्री हुआ करती थी. उसके पीछे एक चौल थी. उस चौल में हम 5 लोग रहते थे. मैं, पिताजी, माँ, पिताजी के छोटे भाई और पिताजी के एक बहुत अजीज दोस्त जो अल्टीमेटली बिकेम हिज पार्टनर इन बिजनेस. वो दिल्ली में रहते थे, लेकिन वो दिल्ली में बाद में चले गए दिल्ली, लेकिन हमारे साथ रहते थे. 5 people. एंड माई फादर वॉज अ ट्रैवलिंग सेल्समैन. तो कुछ 150-200 रुपए की सैलरी हुआ करती थी. सो दैट इज हाउ द होल थिंग इवॉल्व्ड. एंड then he's a self-made man, and I admire him for what he has done in life. I have tried to write his memoirs. अटक गया हूँ, अटक ही जाता हूँ, पता नहीं क्यों, थोड़ा सा इमोशनल हो जाता हूँ. और मैंने सोचा चलो मैं थोड़ा बहुत लिख ही लेता हूँ. तो लिखना शुरू किया. एक जगह पे आके अटक गया, तो मैंने कहा चलो अब थोड़ा सा विश्राम, उसके बाद देखते हैं क्या होता है. तो ऐसे करते करते उन्होंने अपना बिजनेस भी शुरू कर लिया. 1955 जब मैंने वॉज बॉर्न, he started working with East Europe. He got entry into Czechoslovakia, and then to Poland, and then to other countries. So like that, he started off his business, and at one point of time, I think he was really doing so very well. And then, of course, he had to leave theatre because there was no way that he could actually carry on with theatre and do business. There's a lot of traveling that he did. एंड थिएटर करते करते उन्होंने बिजनेस शुरू कर दिया. थिएटर भूल गए. थिएटर के लोग तो थे ही, बहुत सारे अच्छे लोग थे. MS सत्यू थे जिन्होंने गर्म हवा बनाई. और डैड वाज वन ऑफ द फाइनेंसर्स और whatever you may call it, producers with NFDC at that time, FFC, Film Finance Corporation. So they put together and they did, Satyu did this film, which I think is probably one of the best films on partition.
मैं नोट्स ले रहा हूँ. अगर मुझे भी ट्रू लव ढूंढना है तो मुझे भी दूध लेने जाना पड़ेगा 1-1 घंटे.
नहीं, दूध लेने की जरूरत नहीं.
प्रॉब्लम ये है कि
बहुत-
आजकल दूध डिलीवर हो जाता है तो इसलिए प्यार नहीं मिल रहा है किसी को. इट्स पर्टिकुलरली हार्ड बट नाउ आई हैव टेकन दीस नोट्स. बचपन में आपको कौन सी मूवीज पसंद आती थी? आपको शौक था मूवी देखने का?
ज्यादा नहीं, क्योंकि शैलेश हम स्कूल में पढ़ा करते थे और वहाँ मूवीज देखने का कोई मतलब there was no कोई जरिया ही नहीं था. बम्बई आए और सीधे कॉलेज में घुस गए और कॉलेज में घुसते घुसते पिताजी ने कहा चलो तुम हमारे साथ काम करो. तो 78 में मेरी शादी हो गई. 23 साल का था. फॉलोइंग ऑन माई फादर्स फुटस्टेप्स. And my wife, who's also now in Dubai, staying with my younger daughter, she and me met when we were very, very young. And वही एक किस्सा था. हम स्कूल जाते थे और स्कूल जाते समय उसका घर हमारे स्कूल जाते हुए रास्ते पे पड़ता था. तो वो अपने गेट से निकलती थी और मैं गाड़ी से ऐसे पिताजी के साथ, क्योंकि वो ऑफिस जाया करते थे तो माय स्कूल वाज ऑन द वे टू हिज ऑफिस. तो बस ऐसे ही हाथ हिला के उतना ही काफी था. सारा दिन गुजर जाने के लिए उतना ही एक हाई काफी था बस. तो हमने वैसे प्यार शुरू किया. पिताजी ने दूध के साथ प्यार शुरू किया.
I'm taking more notes. अब तो प्रॉब्लम ये है स्कूल बस भी आ गए. बट मे बी वन डे यू नो व्हाट ब्रिंग इट ऑल बैक. आपने कहा कि एक्टिंग सीखी जा सकती है, सिखाई नहीं जा सकती. Why do you think so? Is it because your life and your experiences, that's the best teacher you can ever have as compared to all the theory or the exercise or the frameworks you might learn in an acting school?
No, I think so. कि अगर मैं आपको कहूं कि अभी आप खड़े होकर यहाँ एक मोनोलॉग कहिए ऑडियंस को, कैसे कहेंगे? और या तो आप मुझसे कहें कि आप सितार बजाइए, कैसे कहेंगे? गिटार बजाइए, सैक्सोफोन बजाइए, डांस कीजिए, कैसे करेंगे? इम्पॉसिबल है. तो उसी संदर्भ में एक्टिंग को आपको अपने आप में ढालना पड़ेगा. उसके बिना तो एक्टिंग नहीं कर सकते. You have to have something in you for you to understand what acting is.
Which is, what is that something?
एक ऐसा गुण होना चाहिए आपके अंदर कि मैं आपको देखूं और आपको कहूं कि हाँ शैलेश, I think you can do it. Why don't you just recite 2 lines of a poem by भवानी प्रसाद मिश्र. देखते हैं क्या होता है. वो आप रिसाइट करते हैं तब मुझे एक कन करके एक आवाज बजती है अंदर कि हाँ यार इसमें कुछ तो है. इसको लेट्स ग्रूम हिम इनटू बिकमिंग समथिंग, डूइंग समथिंग विद एक्टिंग. बट इफ यू गेट समबडी हु इज कंप्लीटली नो नॉलेज ऑफ एक्टिंग, नो नॉलेज ऑफ व्हाट इज टू बी डन, हाउ दोस 2 lines are to be said, then it's going to be very difficult for me to make you understand that this is the kind of poetry, or these are the kind of lines that you have to say it in a particular manner. अब आपने यहाँ गीत फरोश, मुझे पता है आपने ऐसा क्यों किया है, लेकिन जी हाँ हुजूर, मैं गीत बेचता हूं. मैं तरह तरह के गीत बेचता हूं. मैं किस्म किस्म के गीत बेचता हूं. So if you know how to say these 2 lines, 3 lines, of course this is also because of experience and so many years of the working with stalwarts like Dubey and Nasir and Ratna and everybody. But I think that is the only reason why I would say that acting सिखाई नहीं जा सकती, सीखी जरूर जा सकती. आप किसी एक्टिंग स्कूल में चले जाइए. लोग जाते हैं एक्टिंग स्कूल टू डू अ क्रैश कोर्स. What do they come out with? Any idea what they come out with? Whether they really come out to be actors or whether they can actually come on stage and recite 2 lines. एक अंदर ही अंदर अपने एक बॉक्स में, एक क्यूब में आपको दे देते हैं कि आप ये करिए. बाहर जाने के बाद क्या होगा, nobody knows. So you have to tell them what you want them to do. You can't just give them a passage and say, okay, go and recite this passage. How would they do that? How would you tell me, okay, now you have to play the banjo. What the hell is banjo? I don't know. Where are the keys? How do I play the keys? I don't know. So that, I think, is a very important aspect, very important fact for people to understand it. You can't learn everything at the stroke of a hammer. You need to groom yourself to know that. And that is only by doing riyaz. Acting में रियाज कोई नहीं करता, सैडली कोई पढ़ता नहीं है. अगर मैं किसी से कहूं कि एक मुंशी प्रेमचंद की एक किताब लेके पढ़ लीजिएगा, आपका ही भला होगा, कोई करता नहीं. लेकिन आप पेंटिंग में देखिए, डांस में देखिए, म्यूजिक में देखिए, सभी लोग रियाज करते हैं, सभी. लेकिन एक्टिंग में कोई करता नहीं. क्यों नहीं करता? या तो उनको इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, और या तो फिर कहते हैं कि नहीं, मैं तो एक्टर बनूंगा, लेकिन आई वांट टू बी ग्लैमर, ग्लिट्स, recognition, fame, money, all that. Those are the things that actually hit your mind more than wanting to learn something from a book or wanting to recite something from a book. Learn a story. मुंशी प्रेमचंद के अलावा बहुत सारे ऐसे राइटर्स हैं, लेकिन उनकी हिंदी इतनी सरल होने के बावजूद लोग नहीं पढ़ते, और उनसे ज्यादा सरल हिंदी तो मुझे नहीं लगता किसी ने लिखी. इट्स द सिंपलेस्ट ऑफ हिंदीज दैट यू कैन एक्चुअली अंडरस्टैंड एंड यू कैन स्पीक.
एक और तरीका है रियाज का, थिएटर. You did theater for 20 years before you got your first role in television. और आपने कहा है every actor should at least spend 7 years in theater.
Surely.
Why 7 years? What do you learn in theater in that time? What insights do you gain that make you a better actor?
Grounding. Your basics of an actor. Come and learn the basics of what acting is all about.
What are those basics?
Standing on stage, taking light, learning your lines, trying to reach out to the audience. Hey, how are you? अगर उतना नहीं है, आप चिल्लाइएगा मत, लेकिन प्रोजेक्शन बहुत जरूरी है. फिल्मों में इतना प्रोजेक्शन की जरूरत नहीं होती, क्योंकि आप it is that kind of a medium. A theater is a 70 mm medium. Every inch of your body is being seen on stage. When you twitch your hand, people can actually make out you're twitching your hand, or you're playing with your fingers, or playing with. Then you're obviously very nervous about the whole situation.
Every part of your body is magnified. Right?
Absolutely.
Everyone's watching.
Everyone's watching. So you need to know how to stand, how to speak on stage. How do you speak to your co-actor on stage? अब मैं आपसे इतने धीमे से बोल रहा हूं, क्या उसको सुनाई दे रहा है? नहीं. So how do you project your voice so that it doesn't sound jarring to the audience and to your co-actor? How do you do that? Hi Shalaj, how are you, man? आज बहुत अच्छा लगा तुमसे मिलके. लेकिन अगर मैं कहूं, हाय शलज, आज बहुत अच्छा लगा तुमसे मिलके, ये तो सिर्फ आप और मैं सुन सकते हैं, या दूसरे जो एक्टर्स ऑन स्टेज हैं. लेकिन ऑडियंस, उनका क्या? वो आए हैं प्ले देखने के लिए, स्टोरी सुनने के लिए, कहानियां सुनने के लिए, आपकी परफॉर्मेंस देखने के लिए. So those basics have to be learned. You cannot. I mean, हमने जब थिएटर शुरू किया था, तो हम तो झाड़ू भी मारते थे. हम अपने कपड़े खुद तय करके ट्रंक में रखते थे, क्योंकि हमको पता था कि और कोई है नहीं करने के लिए. अगर आपको ये करना है तो आपको करना ही पड़ेगा. There are no two ways about it. हम लोग पोता लगाते थे, साफ करते थे पानी से. बैक स्टेज करना बहुत, सब लोगों को लगता है बहुत आसान है. नहीं, आसान नहीं है. बैक स्टेज इज इन इटसेल्फ a knack, a skill that you must have. तो हम ये सब करने के बाद हमने सोचा चलो, ऐसा लगता है कि 5 से 7 साल तक अगर आप थिएटर करें तो फिर आपको एक you will get some kind of a feeling that yes, I think now one can step into another world, carry on with it.
You have the foundation.
You have the foundation to do so. लोग मुझसे पूछते हैं कि आप ऐसे स्टेज पे ऐसे हाथ लगा के ऐसे क्यों करते हैं या माथा क्यों टेकते हैं? मैं कहता हूँ आप टेम्पल पे जाते तो आप माथा क्यों टेकते हैं? या कोई भी रिलीजियस प्लेस, ये हमारे लिए टेम्पल है भाई। यहाँ बहुत सारे लोग चल चुके हैं, उनकी ब्लेसिंग लेने के लिए हम ऐसे माथा टेकते हैं या ऐसे हाथ लगा के ऐसे हम रखते हैं, ऐसे नीचे हाथ से छूते हैं स्टेज को। ये एक बहुत जरूरी चीज है थिएटर, डिसिप्लिन। व्हाट आर द बेसिक्स ऑफ डिसिप्लिन? यू हैव टू कम ऑन टाइम। यू कैनॉट से दैट सॉरी मैं आज देर से उठा। ठीक है, एक आध बार आपने कर लिया, लेकिन ये रोज का अगर आपका एक्सक्यूज होने वाला तो फिर देन आई थिंक यू शुड जस्ट गो अवे फ्रॉम दिस होल फसाड ऑफ बीइंग एन एक्टर और ऑन स्टेज। जब तक आपके अंदर डिसिप्लिन नहीं है तब तक कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता। डिसिप्लिन, कमिटमेंट, फोकस, these are the 3 ingredients I feel that are the most important 3 ingredients of being an actor. For that matter, any walk of life. But as far as I'm concerned, and since I'm an actor and since I'm talking to you from that point of view, I think discipline is one of the most important aspects of being an actor. आपको अगर कहा जाए कि कल रिहर्सल है 5 बजे, आप 6 बजे आएंगे रिहर्सल के लिए, 3-4 दिन ऐसे हो गए तो क्या होगा? Do you think you will be able to swallow the guilt of being late for 5 days continuously? Where will you hide your face? बाकी लोग क्या झक मार रहे थे? तो I think that is extremely important for any actor who wants to take up acting as a career seriously. I think discipline is very, very important. चाहे आपके उस प्ले में 2 लाइन क्यों ना हो या कोई भी लाइन ना हो, फिर भी आपको रिहर्सल के लिए आना ही आना है। There are no two ways about it. You cannot say that I don't have a line, so I'm not coming for rehearsal.
मैं बीच में आ जाऊंगा।
हाँ, नहीं, मेरी जब लाइन आएगी तब मैं क्यों भाई, बाकी हम लोग क्या ऐसे ही। So you have to understand why one says 7 years is very necessary. It gives you that grounding, it gives you the basic. Nuances comes much later on. What you want to do with those lines, how you want to say with those lines, what kind of expressions that you want to create, your hand gestures, your body language, your facial expressions, your eyes, all that comes much later. But at least learn to speak lines correctly. Dubeyji always told us, first part of the sentence, second part of the sentence must be stronger than the first part, so that people understand what you're saying. अगर मैं ऐसे बोलूं, हाँ जी मैं ये कह रहा था, आपको सुनाई दे रही मेरी आवाज? कितना फर्क पड़ता है? साफ अगर आप बोलते हैं, वो शब्द अगर वो लास्ट में जो रो में बैठे हुए वो अगर सुन पाते हैं तो मतलब सफल हो गया, आपका प्ले भी सफल हो जाएगा। But you have to be loud, you have to be clear, you have to be audible. You can't shout. Shouting is not what projection is. Projection comes from here, from your belly. Shouting comes from your throat. So you have to be careful with all these basics. If you go to a good teacher like Dubeyji was, Nasir also does a lot of, teaching these days, and he's been doing a lot of teaching. If you go to these kind of, actors, then you're sorted. But then you have to be patient. You can't say कि मैं नसीर के साथ 5 दिन वर्कशॉप की और 6वें दिन में एक्टर बन गया, ऐसा तो नहीं होगा, किसी के साथ भी नहीं हो सकता। रियाज करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। 20 साल हमने थिएटर किया, उसके बाद एक टेलीविज़न शो मिला, वो अलग
स्वाभिमान।
बात है, स्वाभिमान। लेकिन 20 साल तक थिएटर किया और मैं बिजनेस भी करता था। 1975 से लेके 1995 तक मैंने थिएटर किया, बीच में बिजनेस भी किया, बाहर भी जाता था, आउट ऑफ इंडिया भी जाता था। 1980 में मेरे पिताजी का हार्ट अटैक भी हुआ था ब्राटिस्लावा में, विच इज नाउ द कैपिटल ऑफ स्लोवाकिया। वहां भी गया, बिजनेस भी सीखा, मुझे कुछ नहीं आता था, लेकिन सीखना पड़ा ना। उसी तरीके से एक्टिंग आपको सीखनी पड़ती है, सिखाई नहीं जा सकती। You have to learn the tricks, you have to learn the ropes, you have to climb the ladder. You have to be patient. An actor cannot say that I want to become whoever, Irfan Khan. I don't. You cannot. You need to have it in you. You need to have that discipline in you to become an actor like Nasir or become an actor like Irfan or Puri Saab, Om Puri. ये इन्होंने स्कूलिंग की है, एक्टिंग की है, श्याम बेनेगल के साथ काम किया है. That is there. And then you need to have patience. You cannot say that मैंने ये इंटरव्यू खत्म कर लिया, अब मैं बाहर जाऊंगा और एक्टिंग करूंगा. ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता.
Find this fascinating, and I think you're the perfect person to explore this with, क्योंकि आपने 20 साल थिएटर में किया, फिर like you mentioned you got your first role in Swabhiman, went on to become a TV veteran as well. आपने CID में किया, Art, episode of popular shows, then Kumkum, Kanyadan, over 15 daily soaps, average of 300 episodes each. So I want to dive into this difference that you were talking about between acting for a camera versus acting for an audience. Like you mentioned, theater, you might indulge in a bit of what's called gallery acting, right? Making sure it reaches an audience. Whereas on TV, it might be slightly softer as well. So if you're teaching this in a class, you're giving me a master class. A case study is similar roles, similar characters, similar scenes, but one you're doing in a play in theater and one you're doing on TV. What are the few pointers I have to keep in mind that change it for an audience versus a camera?
See, for an audience, if you're doing something live on stage, you have to be very conscious of the fact that there is an audience in front of you, versus a camera, which is the audience for you when you're working on film. But here you have to be conscious. You have to see that every word, every syllable of yours is heard. There's not a syllable that cannot be not heard for the audience to give you that immediate gratification.
Even if you're whispering.
Even if you're whispering. And at Prithvi, even if you whisper, people can hear you at the end. It's that kind of acoustics in a theater like that.
Very unique layout.
Yeah, very unique. Here also, I think it is fantastic. Last time I saw some plays here, it was very, very good. And all the actors they were all trained actors. So one could, take that and understand why they were doing it so well. So I think since theater is a 70 mm medium, you need to be bang on every part that you do, whether it is a part that you have to speak or whether it's a part that you just stand silently in one corner. But you cannot be oblivious of the fact that there's an audience. You need to be there in character. Whatever the character may be. Maybe it's just a character standing there with your hands down like that. But you have to stay that way for people to understand that this guy's in character here.
Can't break it.
You can't
breaks
break
it for everyone,
yes.
right?
And then it breaks that myth, no?
Pura for everyone. Yeah.
In camera, you're this kind of face.
पीछे कोई कुछ भी कर रहा है.
कुछ भी कर रहा है. और ऐसा होता है. Unless the director says, shut up and all of you just keep quiet, there's a shot being happening here. नहीं तो पीछे तो धमाल होता है. और कैमरा के पीछे तो लोग खड़े रहते हैं ना. You get distracted with the number of people that are behind you. इसलिए वो कहते हैं कि आईलाइन हटाओ. सब लोग हट जाओ उनके आईलाइन से. यहां आईलाइन आपकी ऑडियंस है. आप हर एक को देख सकते हैं. कहां बैठे हैं, कौन बैठा. अच्छा शैलेश वहां बैठा हुआ, मैं तो वहां देखूंगा भी नहीं. So I think that is very important for you to understand where you are, especially on stage. You need to be absolutely clear in your mind that you're acting for the audience which is live here. It is not a camera that is rolling. And you have to project your voice. You have to be completely aware of the fact that यहाँ तो 300 लोग बैठे हुए हैं यार, कैमरा के सामने तो मैं अकेला ही हूं. चाहे आपको 10,000 टेक्स लेने पड़े, यहां आपको सिर्फ एक ही चांस मिलता है. अगर आप उसमें सही खरे नहीं उतरे तो आप वहीं खड्डा गाड़ दीजिए और वहीं नीचे चले जाइए. क्योंकि कमिंग अप एंड देन फेसिंग द ऑडियंस इज एज एम्बैरेसिंग. They will not tolerate this. No audience will tolerate a mediocre performance on stage. But on film, sometimes you do very ordinary performances, very mediocre performances. Nobody understands why you've done that, who asked you to do that film. Sometimes ऐसा होता है, web series हो या films हो या जो भी हो. लेकिन on stage, you are in front of an audience.
You get that feedback.
You get that feedback. या तो स्टैंडिंग ओवेशन मिलता है या वाहवाही मिलती है बीच बीच में, या कभी फोन भी बज जाता है. ऐसा कभी होता है. लेकिन ऑन स्टेज इट इज अ फीलिंग which cannot be explained by an actor when he is on stage and when he finishes his performance. It's a high. It's a feeling of ecstasy. वो जो एनर्जीज होती है ना शुरुआत में, जब आप स्टेज पे आते हैं, आपकी पहली एंट्री बिहाइंड द विंग्स एंड यू आर ऑन स्टेज, वो जो नर्वस एनर्जी होती है, वो नर्वस एनर्जी आप इनको दे देते हैं, ऑडियंस को दे देते हैं, ताकि आपके अंदर से तो निकल जाए, भैया मुझे नहीं चाहिए वो नर्वस एनर्जी. और कभी कभी परफॉर्मेंसेस ऐसे अच्छे हो जाते हैं या कभी बहुत ही गंदे होते हैं, डिपेंडिंग ऑन हाउ वेल यू रिहर्स. दैट्स व्हाई I think on stage, we rehearse for at least about 3 months before we put up a performance. फिल्म में क्या है, आपको 10 दिन मिलते हैं. आज आपने कह दिया कि हाँ, you're on this film, and then 10 days later, you're in front of the camera. यहाँ for stage, you need 3 months to prepare yourself. For the first month, you just keep reading to understand what that character is, to understand the nuances, to understand the voices of all the other actors around you. That you need to understand. If you don't understand the voices around you, suddenly one strange voice comes in between on the day of the play. That's why I said rehearsals are an absolute must for every actor to attend. आप सिर्फ स्क्रिप्ट खोल के बैठने से एक्टर नहीं बन जाते. आपको एक्चुअली बाकायदा यू हैव टू गो थ्रू द स्क्रिप्ट, यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड ईच लाइन, यू हैव टू पे अटेंशन टू व्हाट यू आर सेइंग. जो आपका लिसनिंग पावर है वो बहुत जरूरी है, नॉट द हियरिंग पावर, लिसनिंग पावर. इफ यू डोंट लिसन टू मी एज टू व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ माय लाइन्स एंड यू जस्ट हियर कि ठीक है शिशिर बोल रहा है,
waiting for your line, right?
you're not supposed to wait for your line. That line must come automatically to you. You can't look for your line and say, अच्छा मेरी लाइन इधर है, बोलने दो उसको. ऐसा नहीं होता, ऐसा होना भी नहीं चाहिए. वो एक बहुत गलत फहमी है.
Such a sharp difference, right? You can tell which actors are just waiting for their line and back and forth, and which actors are actually reacting in the moment.
You have to react.
Yeah, like you've heard the dialogue for the first time, even though आपने 3 महीने rehearse किया है.
Every day is a new day for rehearsals. Every day, the director tells you at the end of the day what you should have been doing. He doesn't stop you during the rehearsal. हाँ ठीक है, शुरुआत में बहुत सारे ऐसे गैप्स होते हैं जहाँ डायरेक्टर हमको रोक के बोलता है कि नहीं, दिस इज नॉट द वे, आई थिंक लेट्स ट्राई इट सम अदर वे. बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे then you take notes and then you go back and then you come back on the next day with those notes incorporated in what you're supposed to be doing. That is very important. वो अगर एक्टर कर ले दैट इज वेयर आई से एक्टिंग सीखी जा सकती है, सिखाई नहीं जा सकती। बहुत जरूरी है मेरे हिसाब से तो। इसलिए आई कीप सेइंग इन माय ऑल माय पॉडकास्ट और इंटरव्यूज ओवर 5 से 7 साल एक्टिंग। आप देखिए नसीर साहब को देखिए आज, और कोई मिसाल ही नहीं है। नसीर और रत्न इतने सालों से थिएटर करते आ रहे हैं, करते रहेंगे जब तक वो कर सकते हैं, करते रहेंगे। एक कुमुद मिश्रा है, कितने साल उन्होंने हमारे साथ काम किया। सुदामा के चावले प्ले था जो दुबे जी ने डायरेक्ट किया, आशुतोष ने भी वो प्ले किया था। कितने साल उन्होंने बिना सोचे समझे सिर्फ थिएटर किया। क्यों? अंदर से एक लगाव होता है, एक एफिनिटी टुवर्ड्स डूइंग स्टेज। Stage gives you that thrilling experience which a film does not. ठीक है, momentarily you'll tell me, oh, I was fantastic in so and so forth. But जो स्टेज करने के बाद जो ऑडियंस खड़ी होके आपका स्वागत करती है, आपको इमीडिएट एडमिरेशन के तौर पे तालियां बजाते हैं और बाहर जाते समय आपको मिलते हुए जाते हैं या बैक स्टेज आते हैं, वो एक अलग ही फीलिंग होती है। दैट इज, वो बयान नहीं कर सकते।
I interviewed Shahnaz Patel last month, and she spoke about a similar high and experience of performing on theatre, another theatre veteran. Dubey ji के बारे में बात करते हैं. This was a fantastic masterclass. Another masterclass I want from you. You are a graduate from NSD, National School of Dubey,
Yes.
whose alumni include Amrish Puri, Amol Palekar, Nasiruddin Shah, Ratna Pathak Shah, Om Puri, Girish Karnat, Neena Kulkarni, the who's who of theatre and acting.
Absolutely.
अगली केस स्टडी जो आप मुझे सिखा रहे हैं आज is the genius of Satyadev Dubey. How do you dissect his work and his genius in theatre and acting and directing? What did he do so well? And what did he do so well as a teacher as well that I as a student can learn from him?
I think the basic thing that he told us and taught us was to be confident on stage. गलती करो लेकिन कॉन्फिडेंटली करो, ये उनके शब्द थे हर एक एक्टर के लिए। लेकिन ज्यादा अगर गलती करोगे तो ऑब्वियसली मार खाओगे। एक अगर गलती हो जाए तो फिर गलती ले चलते चलते अगर गलती हो जाए तो उसमें कुछ नहीं कर सकते आप। That he told us कि गलती करो तो confidently करो. And he told us the way to stand, the way to speak, the way to understand each dialogue, the way to use your body, your hand. मेरा एक अंगूठा ऐसे ही हुआ करता था. I could never put it down. If I put it down, it would come up again. For some strange reason, I don't know why. And he used to tell me, Shishir, क्या हो रहा है? अंदर करना. कर लेता हूँ, दबा लेता हूँ, लेकिन एकदम से फट करके बाहर आ जाता था।
While you're acting, you
While
just
you're acting.
subconsciously.
Yeah, subconsciously.
Okay.
लेकिन पता नहीं कब ये क्या हुआ, कैसे हुआ, मुझे नहीं मालूम। लेकिन डांट बहुत पड़ी। वो डांट पड़ी, पढ़ते पढ़ते ये अंगूठा भी अंदर चला ही गया। एक टाइम था जब मैं बहुत कॉन्शियस हो जाता था इस अंगूठे को लेकर। Whether I was acting, not acting, sitting, ऐसे ही अंगूठा रहता था. Even otherwise, not just acting, not just on stage. So I think it was very important for him to tell us what, and since we were non-actors, at least I was a non-actor and the others had acted before also, for me to understand what his philosophy of teaching was, to repeatedly say one line 10,000 times so that आपके दिमाग में वो बैठ जाए, वो लाइन आपको याद करने की जरूरत नहीं।
It's internalized.
Internalize it. और इनर फोकस के साथ वो करते रहो, करते रहो, करते रहो, बोलते रहो, बोलते रहो, बोलते रहो। आपको याद करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी क्योंकि आपने इतने बार, इतने मर्तबा आपने वो लाइन को बोल दिया है कि वो खुद याद हो जाती है। तो उन्होंने कहा कि एक स्टोरी लो, एक स्टोरी को 20 बार पढ़ो, 30 बार पढ़ो, स्क्रिप्ट को 20 बार पढ़ो, 30 बार पढ़ो, एक एक लाइन याद मत करो। एक एक लाइन याद करोगे तो अगली क्या लाइन है वो भूल जाओगे, और पहली क्या लाइन याद करी थी वो भी भूल जाओगे। सो जस्ट कीप रीडिंग 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 रीडिंग, और वो खुद ब खुद आपके दिमाग में वो लाइन बैठ जाएगी। He dissected every line for us. Every line we spoke, how we supposed to speak it, how would he do it, and he used to always show us कि कैसा करना। खैर हमारे लिए तो मतलब it was a boon for us to see what he was doing on stage. Not that we wanted to replicate him, not that we wanted to imitate him, but the way he said it, he wanted us to say it in the same manner, but of course with our own emotion and body language and so on and so forth. So I think his philosophy of dissecting each line, the way we said it, was very, very important to us. Doing our homework was very important to us. Matlab, in the sense, don't go back home and keep your script and say, "Chalna yaar, kal rehearsal hai, kal dekhenge." Come back, because he's going to ask you questions. He's going to do that. He's not just going to leave it.
आपने homework किया है?
His brain was very sharp. He knew exactly. He would sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning, but still get there for 9 o'clock rehearsal in the morning. And he knew exactly what he had told whom, what to do when. तो उनका mind तो बहुत ही sharp था. So we could not hoodwink him in any way. He would know that हाँ ये इन्होंने, मैं वो समझते हैं कि मुझे याद नहीं है, सब कुछ याद रखता हूँ। और वो गाली देते थे दूसरे दिन सुबह। गाली इसलिए देते थे क्योंकि वो समझते थे कि नहीं, मैं इनको नहीं गाली दे रहा हूं, मैं दे रहा हूं क्योंकि मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये लोग कुछ करके नहीं आए, तो देखते हैं क्या होता है। तो रिहर्सल शुरू हो जाती थी और हम लोग करते थे, because we used to do our homework and go back. हम वैसे ही फटी रहती थी यार उनके सामने, मतलब we had to be very, very careful of what we were doing and how we were doing it. और इतने महीनों के बाद अगर ठीक से आप रिहर्सल नहीं करें तो फिर लानत है। So I think his whole idea of breaking down each scene, each sentence was very, very important for us to understand. Not the way we wanted to speak it, but to understand what that line meant, to understand what it meant to the other actors. How do you react to the other actors? If you're saying a line, how would I react to you? It is a game of action and reaction, right? और क्या है? How would I react to whatever you say? I have to react in a particular way, whether it is silent or whether it is with a line. The line has to make sense to what I... So how would I react? I have to understand that line in my mind, in my head, as to what you've said, and whether what I'm saying is connecting to what you've said or not. He was a brilliant teacher in that way. He told us, taught us, broke us. All sorts of things happened. But then all for the betterment of being an actor. What Dubey ji taught us, अगर वो आज जिंदा रहते तो कमाल हो जाता। I mean, I don't think anybody who has worked with Dubey would say anything other than what I have said about him. And since I had known him from very, very close quarters, because then later on he came and stayed with us before he passed away. He came and stayed with us. My wife and he were the thickest of friends. मेरी वाइफ के हाँ के बिना कुछ नहीं करते थे. He was so attached to her, so attached. एक जमाना था जब वो उन्होंने भी कहा कि मैं भी आती हूँ रिहर्सल के लिए. एक एक्सरसाइज थी, उन्होंने कहा कि अच्छा सुनो, वो एक झाड़ है, कूद के उस ब्रांच को नीचे लाना है तुम्हें. ये एक्सरसाइज थी, ज़्यादा मुश्किल तो थी नहीं. She couldn't do it. वो गाली देके उन्होंने मुझसे कहा कि you want to do theatre, you do. I am never going to work with this man. निकल गई. एक जमाना आया कि उनके बिना कुछ नहीं हिलता था. The bond was so strong, so strong. It was unbelievable. वो जब हॉस्पिटल में थे तो रोज सुबह हम उनके लिए जूस लेके जाया करते थे because he was being fed through a pipe. रोज सुबह उठ के वो 7 types of juices she used to make for them. और हम लोग लेके जाया करते थे. तो our association with Dubey was just not theatre. It was more also of being in I don't know, मैं क्या कहूँ उसे, कोई relationship का शब्द मुझे ठीक से नहीं आ रहा है.
Like a way of life, a philosophy of sorts.
He was all to us. I mean, he was a mentor, he was a guru, he was a teacher, he was everything, all pooled in one. And today, Sunil Shanbag, I mean, I can only say one thing about Sunil, and that is that I have seen Sunil grow in theatre. And what he's doing today is nothing short of what Dubey would have done, or what Dubey has done. Sunil is absolutely a masterclass as far as Dubey is concerned. Just the same as what Dubey. His temperament, of course, is much less than Dubey's G was, and his temper, of course, but otherwise he is just as good.
It's the highest of compliments.
As good. And I've seen Sunil grow from the time he started theatre. We started theatre together. He had a 1-year handicap over me, but I've seen him grow. And we've been the thickest of friends.
How much does your personal life influence the roles that you play? In a previous interview, you had said the character you played in Permanent Roommates was the one that you related to a lot because you're also father, you also have 2 daughters. और आपने ये भी कहा है कि the short film that you did with Naseeruddin Shah, Rogan Josh, one of the reasons the director selected you was because you have 40 plus years of camaraderie with him. How important is this? Do you think, in theory, every actor should be able to pretend or fake that level of familiarity with Naseer sir? But no matter how good they are, they'll not be able to get to that level because you have that personal relationship with them. Do you think that's true? This personal life does infuse into the roles you play on screen?
Sometimes it does. Like, for example, Rogan Josh. I mean, he wanted somebody who knew Naseer 40 years outside the film industry. And I thought that was a great way to, play around with Naseer on screen. And it really turned out very, very well because most of the times we were fooling around with each other. And we do that also. And he's very, very... Well, as far as I'm concerned, I've known Naseer since 1975. So I could, poke him and pinch him and, play the fool with him. Of course, in the framework that we were given. But I don't think it is really necessary for you to have those life experiences to going into a role.
कोई अच्छा actor भी कर लेगा. He'll be able to pretend that.
I think so.
Okay.
Just like what I did, for example, in Permanent Roommates. Of course, I was a father. I didn't know what acting for the internet was all about. Did do a little, lots of acting before that. But playing a father of that kind, where there's a little amount of embarrassment also that comes about when daughters ask you certain questions. First of all, daughters don't ask you certain questions because the mothers are always there. But here, it was a different ballgame altogether. I mean, in Permanent Roommate, she asked me certain questions which I could not answer. But that is how I am. That is how I behave even with my daughter. Not now, of course, but earlier on, yes. Now, of course, they've also grown up. I've also become a little wiser, so to speak. But so I think it is necessary for you to take those experiences of life and put them into a character that you're playing. Not necessarily just bring the entire experience and pour it out.
Just infuse it slightly. Yeah.
That happened in Uri also, playing a general, for example. You studied certain traits of an Indian general, certain traits of how his body language would be, how he would speak. It happened with me in Razi as well. how they would stand and how they would speak. And because it was Urdu and Meghnad ji was very, very clear that, it had to be spoken well. So certain kind of life, it infuses into your character. You have to see that it gets into your character as much as possible, so that it does not look fake. It needs to look real. But you leave that character and get out, and don't revisit that character till such time you're asked to do that again the next day, for example, or come back into that. But once you remove those clothes, you go back and you're Shishir Sharma.
उस template में नहीं जाना है आपको, उस mold में नहीं जाना है. Yeah. So fascinating. I'm going to keep probing your mind. This is fascinating insights. Let's talk about Naseeruddin Shah as well. जब आपने स्पर्श देखी, उस दिन से आपकी एक wish list, एक dream है कि you also want to play a blind man without glasses in film. Why? What was so good about that performance?
Oh, what was... I would ask you that question. What is the flaw that you found in his performance?
Oh no, I'm not at that level to sit and find flaws in his performance.
There was not a single flaw. He was so bang on. And I just loved his performance. In one film, that, and the other film was Par, where he had to swim across the river. Him without knowing how to swim. He swam with the pigs and Vishabhanaji across the river. He learned swimming after that. That is what an actor is all about, man. Just like what you told me, what I did with that bloody fan and hanging from there. In hindsight, if you think about it, I could have died. Nasir could have drowned. But the resilience and the want to do something as an actor. You want to do it, you do it. Don't think of the consequences that will happen. I mean, yes, many things could have happened. But Nasir's performance in Sparsh was... I don't have any words. It was so good. It was probably one of Nasir's best. To act as a blind man is not a joke. And without glasses. You've got to seem blind. The audience must feel that you are blind. Although you're on screen, you're not on stage. The audience has to feel that no, Shalaj is blind. He's looking at me, but he's still not looking at me. It's that kind. You don't have to say, oh, Shalaj, I don't know where. Is it okay if I... It's not that. I've got to look at you, and still the audience must feel that I'm not looking at you. That is the power of an actor. I cannot look here and say, okay, I'm talking to Shalaj, and let people think that I'm blind. If I keep looking at you, people will think that I'm looking at you, but I'm still not looking at you. I know my eyes are open. I know you're looking at me and your eyes are open. But the distance, the illusion of me looking at you and still not looking at you has to be maintained. That is what Nasir did so brilliantly.
How do you do it? How do you plan to do it? जब आपका वो dream role आएगा.
I don't know. I need to... Of course, you need to practice this. You need to go and meet the people in the blind school and learn and understand their way of life. You need to study a lot. And I think Nasir must have done homework, definitely. Definitely, there's no question about it. But the way he did it, in spite of him having a stick, the way he did it was unbelievable. There are certain scenes in that which are unforgettable. and which are so strong in everybody's mind. And I think anybody who asks, even Nasir probably, he would say Sparsh is probably one of his best. Of course, he's done many. But I think he's done Manthan. Manthan was another par excellent film. But Sparsh, and I don't know, I mean, I've always felt that you want to go over a certain hurdle or certain shortcoming of yours, and I feel that as an actor, I want to cross that boundary. I want to go beyond that boundary. I want to beat that boundary and say, no, I want to do this and I'm going to do it. Look into each other's eyes and talk is what an actor should be doing. Wherever, whether it's be on screen or whether it be on stage, if you're talking to the audience, look into their eyes. There's no problem. The audience must understand that yes, you are, and he is listening to you. Sparsh was, yes, I think, one of my favorites of Nasir's films. I've always idolized him, and I will always idolize him. Since the time I met him, from the time I saw him on stage, and I've seen him on stage till his last performance that he did. So I think you have to, in this whole process, it is just not seeing Nasir on stage. It is also watching what he does on stage. It is also observing his mannerisms on stage, his body language on stage, the way he talks, the way he walks. You must see a play called Einstein. He's single-handedly taken that play from just being on stage for 1 hour and 10 minutes. And Einstein is not one of those subjects where, people will get enthralled about what he's doing on stage, but he makes it so interesting. That is the beauty of being an actor. That is how people will come to you and say, wow. 2 लाइन बोल के आप चले गए, वो 2 लाइन भी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होती है उस प्ले के लिए. लोग कहेंगे, वाह, क्या 2 लाइन बोली है आपने. People have got Oscars for doing a cameo. So I think here also it is necessary for you to be well read. And Nasir, I think, must have really worked very, very hard on that role. So yeah, I'm just looking for someone who has that, faith in me.
They're watching. I'll send it.
To carry it off.
I'm sure you'll do great. Next chapter that you're teaching me, this is your work. You've often said that the final scene in Talwar, the table scene, is a masterclass in acting. Why is it a masterclass? Can you point out everything everyone's doing well?
I said it was a masterclass only because of the point that some of the lines were totally on the spot.
Improvised. Oh.
Most of the lines were, of course, as per the script, but some of the lines were totally improvised on the spot. So and since all the actors there on that table were all theatre actors, each one of them has done theatre. So it wasn't too difficult for us to get through that 13-page scene. Because we knew at some point we have to be alert, again, listening, be attentive, be aware of the fact that you are in a particular scene. You're not just a part of that scene. You are the scene. So I think that is very important, right? If Irfan is sitting right in front of me and he's saying something which is hitting me below the belt, I'm going to say something back to him. And we did that a couple of times.
Improvised.
Improvised.
Oh, which lines? Do you remember?
I don't remember which lines, but
there were moments
Yeah,
where
there
you
were
had that back and
moments.
forth. Yeah.
there were moments because we were sitting across each other. The positioning of the actors were such that I was opposite Irfan and Prakash was opposite the person sitting next to me, which was, I think, Soham.
Yeah. There are moments where he's made an allusion कि ये तो ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है, right? Like, what is this kind of work? It's a joke. Let's get serious.
Yeah. And you know how Irfan is. No? He doesn't act. He just says his lines and becomes an act. He's so good at it. Nasir has said many things about Irfan and very many good things about Irfan. So, those 1.5 days or 2 days that we did to do that scene was incredible. I mean, we don't know how those 13 pages just went by. And in film, 13 pages is it's a huge amount of work. And with 8 actors, I think we were 8. Yeah, including Atul, I think. So going through those 13 pages was a class by itself. And when you have Prakash Balewadi on one side, when you have Irfan Khan on one side, it's a master class by itself, no?
Yeah, so sharp.
You don't really need to say it's a master class. It becomes master class. They know how to, and there are enough experiences on stage by both of them. Fantastic. Then there is Atul Kumar, another veteran on stage. So, for us, it was a period of learning. In spite of all of us being there on stage and have worked on stage and worked in films and all that, but when you have 2 stalwarts sitting right in front of you and then one on your side, what else do you expect but a masterclass? It was fantastic. It was unbelievable as to how we actually finished off the 2 pages in 13 pages in 2 days. Of course, we had 2 cameras. But then we needed to go through that whole thing all over again the second day because there's certain close-ups that Meghna ji wanted, certain 2 shots, certain closes of the actors that she wanted. So we had to do.
I mean, that scene was reshot also, right? First you shot it, then it was rewritten, and then you came back and shot it again.
Correct. That first thing was rewritten. I mean, so it was done in
much shorter
much shorter time. And so Vishal decided, and Meghna ji also decided it's going to be rewritten. And then they wrote a 13-page scene. And then we said, wow, 13-page scene, how are you going to do it? And I say, you cut butter with a knife, just went like that. Superb.
You've often said about Irfan Khan, you said now as well, that on set, it was like he was existing.
Yeah,
he was casual about it. But then when you saw him on screen, he had these nuances that he had put in. Is that the target state for every actor? You have internalized the scene so much, you're just existing? Or do you think that's his unique style? Other actors can switch on, off. There is a difference between when you're acting, when you're not acting.
But I think Irfan had that ability to, infuse whatever little thing he did and still be there. And you knew that he was acting. I mean, he was not acting. He was there, a presence.
Existing.
And he just did certain things out of the blue. You never thought that he would. I was recently seeing a scene of Talwar, right in the beginning, where he comes in, he questions Gajraj in the room. कि भैया क्या हो गया? I mean, this thing happened. डंडा कहाँ है तुम्हारा? Suddenly, I don't know whether that was written or not, but the way he said it just seemed like it was an improvised line. When he was there interrogating the 2 husband and wife, the couple, it was unbelievable. He had the gift. Yeah. He had it in him. Those eyes of his, the body language, the way he sat, the way he spoke, The way he looked around and suddenly came back to you. You thought he had finished. No, he'll come back to you. There was a scene in Talwar where Soham goes against him and Soham comes into on my side. Soham is standing near a door frame or near a picture frame or something like that. And he takes the paperweight and throws it. We didn't know whether he was going to do it. I don't know whether he was going to do it. It shattered the frame and thank God Soham moved away. Reflex action. And my next dialogue was to call the watchman and take Irfan out of the room. And it so happened that I was in a state of panic. And actually, I was in a state of panic. Suddenly this glass was broken and all that. I said, shit, what happened, man? I called the watchman, idhar aao, unko lag maar leke jao. So, working with Irfan was always a pleasure, of course. And will always be a pleasure and cherish those memories till the very end.
You have a scene where you said it was like you were existing on set, which is the funeral scene in Razi.
Yeah.
तब आपको विकी कौशल, आलिया भट्ट ने भी कहा ये आपने कैसे कर दिया? 6 consecutive takes where you could just cry on demand, and you've said it was because of the environment that was created, the vibe on the set by Meghna Gulzar. You've also given an advice to actors that stemmed from this scene was don't leave the set between takes and go back to your vanity, because then it's very hard for you to come back. And is that what it takes if you want to really internalize the scene, if you want to exist on set? You have to just become in the scene, not become part of the scene, like you mentioned.
Yeah, you have to. Meghna ji did tell us to go because there was too much of a crowd and she didn't want us to be disturbed. So she told me and Vicky to go back into the van and come back when she asks for us. After a couple of minutes, I think she asked for us and everybody was settled down. As soon as we walked on set, it was pin drop silence. Actually, you could drop a pin and you could actually hear the pin.
Like an actual funeral.
It was, and that just took me in. I internalized it so much so that the Maulvi put his hand on my hand and I started crying. Of course, it comes with experience. I'm not saying that every actor can just cry at the drop of a hat. But yeah, I did that. I cried six or seven times. I had to do it because there were different angles that Meghna ji was wanting to take. And she asked me, is it okay if I do it again? I said, yes. And I did. So I was not afraid of the fact that I will not be able to cry. Because I never used glycerin. Only once in a blue moon I have used glycerin because the eyes suddenly became very dry. Otherwise, I have not. And then, of course, as soon as Alia came and Amrita came and they were sitting on the ladies' side and she said, please go and see what he's done and then you'll come to know how to react to what his scene was all about. And I was very happy with the fact that I could do that. And I could do that multiple times. Just not once or twice, but 7 times I think I did it. And I was very, very happy with that. Very happy. I've never been that happy after doing Razi as I've been as an actor doing any other film. Because there were so many layers to Razi. Not just being a Pakistani officer, but being an actor walking into the shoes of a Pakistani general. Not that I knew too much about how they did it, what they did, how they walked and talked and things, because there are not too many videos on the YouTube. But yeah, Meghna ji did brief us a lot. And she is absolutely wonderful as a director. I don't think I have worked with a director so clear in their mind as Meghna ji is. And I tell every actor, whether you get the money or not, just work. Go and work with it. For just the experience. working with a director like me. Tremendous. She really gives you a lot as an actor to think about. She has it all here, inside her. And that is what you want from a director. Who sits you down, tells you the scene, tells you what she wants out of that scene. She spends time with you as an actor. And that is what we did in Razi. Even the scene where the funeral is happening and the general besides me comes and gives me the flag. Even there, where I had to cry, not cry like sob, but even as a father. Here I was a general, a brigadier. Even as an army officer also cries. And he is the father of the man who's there in the grave. So certain things came back to me when I do those kind of scenes, they come back to me. I see my father lying there. That's how it kind of gave me that little feel from inside that Dad is lying there and I could see him, but I could not see him. I had to see him. So that gave me that little, what should I say, that the emotional feel of how I should react to that flag coming, crying, falling, and straightening.
It was written that you would fall, but you stumbled, right? Yeah. All natural reactions.
And then, of course, after that scene, everybody was very happy, and I was also very happy that, it turned out to be the way Meghnaji wanted it. So I went away for about 7 minutes before the scene. Went and sat under a tree there and internalized it. And came back and said, yes, I'm ready now. It has to come at the spur of the moment. You cannot brood over it. You've got to suddenly decide that, no, this is the moment. It has to come.
Can't overthink it. Can't over-prepare for it, right?
If you over-prepare, it's not going to come because then you're so conscious of the fact that you've over-prepared, but it's not coming.
It feels very artificial. Like your character in Rasa says, आपको अपने audience के अंदर वो emotion जगाना पड़ता है.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you did. So we can keep talking for hours. This is such fascinating insights. It's been a true privilege for me. But we have to start wrapping up. Before we go into the closing questions, आप मुझे बस ये बताइए क्या बनाया मैंने ये Lego के साथ?
It's some kind of a
Masterpiece, I know. वो तो समझ गए उसके आगे.
I don't know. It seems like some kind of a bird with that beak.
Bird it is. Bird is what I was building. Let's go to some closing questions. What are some books, movies, role models that have strongly...
I don't read.
Okay. Movies and role models that have strongly inspired.
Nasir.
That's not true. Of course you read. What do you mean?
No, I read scripts, but I don't read books. I've never read a book in my life. And I'm saying this on camera today. I'm not ashamed of the fact that I don't read. And I've never read. I don't know. I didn't take to reading at all.
Poetry, Harishankar Prasad, all of them count.
Yeah. No, yes. That is because of part and parcel of being an actor. That's okay. But novels, if you tell me, people go to the airport, buy 2-3 books. I buy the books, I put my name on it, I put the date, I read the forward and I bring it back home. That's about it. And then my wife reads the book, if she likes it, of course. But yes, Nasir has always been my idol. I have looked upon him as an actor that I'd like to at least take 20-30% of what he's done. And that is why I said I want to do A Blind Man. And that is where the inspiration comes from. Om Puri was another person that I have seen and I've worked with him on stage. My first play with him was Udvasta Dharamshala, which was what Om did way back when they had a group called Majma. And movies, well, I see off and on, I see Hindi films if I feel inspired to see them. Otherwise, I keep watching on my iPad if I feel. And I take, of course, a lot of kya bolte hain, suggestions from friends watching what they're watching.
Which is the greatest film of all time? Like one movie I have to watch which will teach me so much. What do you reckon?
Jesus Christ. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Why?
It's a damn difficult part to play.
Yeah.
You can look mentally retarded, but you're not. What Jack Nicholson did in that film was brilliant. I mean, I don't know. Lots of people will probably say many other films. They'd say probably Dr. Zhivago, Gone with the Wind, Godfather, and so on and so forth. But I think One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It was a fantastic film. And to play that kind of a character is any actor's dream. You're bordering on just either this way or that way. You have to be on that thin line. You can't. If you falter, people will call you, you're mentally retarded.
You have to be an actor who's playing. Yeah. Sumi Leo stood.
Unbelievable. Sometimes you wonder how these guys actually do those kind of parts. What kind of preparation do they go through? What is the prep that they go through? How do you actually mold yourself to be an actor who's supposed to act that part and supposed to be realistic in what he's doing? Realism also plays a huge part in an actor's life. I'm not saying that you take a bottle of whiskey and you drink that whole bottle of whiskey and then come drunk on set. No. You have to act drunk even with a bottle filled with Appy Fizz, for example, or chai ka pani. Then you have to make people believe that you're drunk and you're acting. Usme bhi realism hoti hai. How do you make people believe that you're actually stumbling after drinking chai ka pani? The audience doesn't know. The color of the pani looks exactly like the color of whiskey. That is what is important for make believe and to be realistic in what you're doing. Do it realistically. You're smoking a cigarette, smoke it. I mean, yes, cigarettes you can smoke, but drinking, you can't. But then there are Hollywood films where bottles of wine have been opened, beer has been opened, and they still drink it. And they still make love. They still have sex. You've got to believe that the audience will believe that you're actually doing it. That is the power of being an actor. How else would they classify you as an actor?
Lots to learn from those performances in those movies. जब मुझे Jack Nicholson मिलेंगे, मैं पूछूंगा उनसे how did you prepare? What would you like your legacy to be? How do you want to be remembered?
Just as a good actor.
वो तो हो गया. अब उसके आगे.
I don't like the phrases, you're a star and you're this and you're that. ठीक है, थोड़ा बहुत हमने recognition कमा लिया है. थोड़ी बहुत fame आ गई है. But yes, I'd like to be remembered as an actor, as a human being who didn't play around with the emotions of just being an actor. He was also a human being. And he was a good human being. Good actor, good human being. Baki sab.
I'm sure you're already there. Final question. एक वेब सीरीज व्हाट्स योर स्टेटस, उसमें आपका एक मोनोलॉग था अबाउट लाइफ, और उसमें आप कहते हैं हम जितना लाइफ को अपने कंट्रोल में करने की कोशिश करते हैं उतना ही लाइफ हमारा मजाक उड़ाती है. सो यू सीम टू हैव प्लेड अ लॉट ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स दैट हैव अ डीप अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ व्हाट लाइफ इज अबाउट. सो एज अ फाइनल क्वेश्चन आई हैव टू आस्क यू, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ लाइफ?
Jesus Christ. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the meaning of life is to live with as much humility as possible. I think ego is what brings in the clash between humility and you being yourself. वो ईगो को आप अलग रख दीजिए, क्योंकि ईगो हर बार आपके बीच में आएगा, आप you will not be able to go any further. You need to keep that ego aside. You need to keep it away from your daily life. Live with humility, live simply, have a simple life. I'm not saying if you have the luxuries, don't embrace those luxuries. Have them. But live without expecting too much out of life. And I think that is what I have done. That is what my kids have been doing. And that is what I think me and my wife have taught the kids to be as simple, as truthful, as frank as you can be to your kids, to your husband, to whatever.
I think that's great meaning. So, if people wish to connect with you, find out more about you, your upcoming projects, what is the best way to find you, connect with you?
Instagram, Facebook. Officially, Shishir is my Instagram handle. You're most welcome to do so.
Most welcome to do so. Sir, this has been a privilege for me. In a way, one of the big breaks you had was the jalebi ad for Dhara Oil.
Yes.
And when I was young, लोग कहते थे कि I look exactly like Farzan
Farzan.
Mastoor.
Do. Actually, you do. You do.
When I was young,
Yeah.
up though he's much,
But even now
much more
he's
good
grown
looking.
up.
So in a way, your life has come full circle. I must truly say it's been an honor and a
Thank
privilege
you.
for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Shailesh. Thank you so much.
This is No Time. If you like what you see, then do hit subscribe on YouTube, follow on Spotify, rate 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. This project takes a lot of my time, money, and efforts. If you like to see it continue, please consider making a donation on Patreon. You can join as a member on YouTube, or you can buy Super Thanks on YouTube. If not through monetary channels, do consider sharing these episodes, leaving your likes and comments. All forms of engagement, they really go a long way. For the forms of love and support, you can follow this channel on Instagram or Twitter, or follow me personally.